Okay. So if you go into Hacker News Y Combinator, here is a CIA person spreading confusion. I don't know why they want to fight against God, because the doesn't understand what a random number is. I've proven God, and this CIA wants to fight against God. What he's saying is that registers have certain uses, and he's saying it as though it's part of the CPU. That's a crock of shit. Basically, he's talking about what a certain compiler uses, and that's what he's calling. He's making the compiler. He's making the 64-bit architecture. He's saying that a compiler has to use certain registers a certain way, and that's just completely crap. That's only a compiler convention. It has nothing to do with. That's a big crock of shit. He's got another statement here where he says the RBP and RSP register. He says, I don't know why these people are fighting God. They're going to hell. That's like, who fights God? What kind of fights God? I don't understand. Why are you such a... Get on the winning side. God wins. It's obvious. God's temple lasts for 1,000 years. I don't care. You can fight God all you want. You're just making work. You're confusing people and making work, and you're just going to hell. You know, that's what it is. I don't know why the CIA wants to go to hell. I don't care. So we can go into a random number. We're going to pick a random number out of the Bible. Let's go to... They're spreading all kinds of... They're making confusion. A bunch of CIA... 39997. So we go to the Bible. CIA... 39997. Now we go search 39997. 1,000 sheep, but the priests were too few, so that they could not flay all the burnt offerings. Wherefore their brethren the Levites did help them till the work was ended, and until the other priests had sanctified themselves. For the Levites were more upright in heart to sanctify themselves than the priests. And also the burnt offerings were in abundance, with the fat of the peace offerings and drink offerings and every burnt offering. So the service of the house of the Lord was set in order. And Hezekiah rejoiced in all the people that God had prepared the people, for the thing was done suddenly. Hezekiah sent all Israel and Judah, and wrote letters also to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of the Lord at Jerusalem to keep the Passover of the Lord God of Israel. For the king had taken counsel on his princes and all the congregation in Jerusalem to keep the Passover in the 2nd month, for they could not keep it at that time, because the priests had not sanctified themselves sufficiently. In other words, nobody knows the code like I do. So I can tell you one thing: they are most certainly going to be. There's a critical difference in my operating system. Okay, so I use physical memory instead of virtual memory. I don't modify the page tables. So in other words, the physical memory is the virtual memory. So the virtual addresses. So anyway, in the x86 architecture, there's a call instruction for calling a function, and it has a relative 32. So you can call within 32 bits. Now you can see if you have 64 bits of addresses, that 32 bits isn't going to let you, that means you have a limit on how far away you can jump or call. You can only jump or call within 32 bits. So what you have to do is use a register. This is register memory 64. when I for my code, I can say call print, let's say put chars, move rex low. Okay, I can, okay, it printed hello. You see there, it printed hello. I can unassemble this, unassemble function main. So what is my function? Now I use the RBP in the traditional way, and that lets me do a stack. I can do a caller. I can say caller report. Because I use RBP, I can go up the stack. I can climb the stack. And as a matter of fact, you have to use RBP because I do a stack. I do a caller report on the wallpaper. So if you don't use the RBP the right way, that won't work. So it has to do it that way. You always have to do the. So you have to do the standard. This is what was traditional. That's old school traditional RBP. Move RBP RSP. Okay, now this is the call to. Now look at this. This is an I32 to put chars. So this is a 32-bit call instruction. There's not a 64-bit. Okay, there's not one. So what does that mean? What are we going to do? Well, what they do is they do move. Let's call it. Let's say RB. They do. Okay, that worked. Now what they're doing for their call instruction is they're loading a 64-bit immediate into a register. Oh no, that's my register. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm loading. They're loading. Okay, I didn't have to. My assembler optimizes. Let's see if I can force it to. Okay, so now my assembler loads a 64-bit immediate into a register and then calls. So when I made my compiler, I said I don't like that. That's nasty. It uses an extra register and it makes everything bloated. I don't need that. So what I do is I have a rule that all code goes into memory 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 to 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's 2 gig plus or minus 31 bits. Okay, so what I do is I put all my code in the lowest 2 gig. Now you say, well, aren't you going to run out? No, we're not going to run out. I already set a limit, and we're making kind of a toy, so it's Windows could get by with using 2 gig, but we even have a limit on size, so of course we're not going to. So what does this mean? This means that I use the fastest instruction. My code is better. My code is smaller. I don't have the linker problem. I like it. It's very nice. So now unquestionably they're going to spread FUD or confusion. They're going to spread. They're telling you that RBP is not used. I use it. You. Anyway. So they're going to spread confusion. Now, TempleOS is ring 0 only. So we never change privilege levels. They have to do system calls and transfer stacks and transfer memory from user space to kernel space. We never have to transfer memory. Interprocess communication is instant. We have so many advantages. The biggest disadvantage is we can't grow our stack. We have so many advantages, but that's the one disadvantage. Oh, also, I guess we don't have security, but we don't have networking, and we're primarily interested in users who want to program, like white people like to program. Wait, let's talk to God. Okay, yeah. I don't know why the CIA wants to fight God. They're a special kind of stupid. Looking stupid. So, I get the same questions over and over. I guess that's understandable.